friends. Hope you're doing well. So, tonight, well, last night, it's Sunday already. It's 1 in the morning. Last night, not even night, yesterday afternoon was the last shoot of my busy season, or that's what I'm hoping for this year. The busy season was a little longer than it normally is. Quite a bit longer. Usually by like mid-October it slows down, but we're just barreling here to like mid-November, so that's crazy, but good, because a lot of work, a lot of money, which is awesome. But I am super ready for it to be a break, and kind of what happens in my non-busy season is I generally have one or less shoots a week. And so far, I think this year, with the exception of the week I had COVID in August, I've just been working since like the spring, and it's just been like 2-3 shoots a week, just boom, 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 and it's just been like nonstop hammering. And like this last run was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then today I've got my church gig, but that's like so low lift, low stress, like it doesn't even really register. And then next week I have no shoots, that's the first time that's happened since the COVID week. And then before that, I don't even remember when I've had like a full week off, probably like last January, or the last January this year, or maybe February this year. It's been a while, and I am ready for it. I am so tired. But the good news is I have 100% completed my goal for how many photos I wanted to deliver to clients, which is 50,000 photos, and I rewarded myself with a new camera, which is a Fuji X100 VI, like X106. I'm really excited. I love this thing. I've already put like 1,000 frames through it. It is, this is my third X100. I had the X100, the first X100, and then the X100T, which was the third X100, and then this is my third X100, which is the X106. And the two things that I wanted out of the T and the first one, I loved the first one, it was great, but then as I kind of got into, well, not even as I got into more photography, even when I had one of those, I enjoyed it, but the thing that I wanted was, I don't even know if you can see it on this, there's a little joystick, there's this little nubbin thing. You see this little nubbin? This is probably too close to focus, this little guy. So that you can move around and set the focus point, which is, like most people just use, and it's like all the focus points. When you're like a serious photographer, or this is the way I do it. I like to get the just one single point and move it around to what I want in focus. And when you don't have a joystick, you have to do something called focus and recompose, where you usually would put that focus point in the dead center. You half press the shutter, which will focus the camera, and then you keep holding, you half hold, and then you recompose the image. And it slows things down, and it's fine for a lot of things, because like especially this camera is like meant for like just kind of fun, like, but it's also like kind of like a street photographer's camera, which I don't do a lot of street photography because there's not a lot of streets in Omaha where you can like really go capture people and it not be fucking weird to everybody. But that you need to be moving kind of fast. And the type of work I do, which is, it's like, I like to think of it as like professional street photography. It's just event photography. I just go places where there's a lot of people and they give me money to people watch and take pictures of them. It's great. And so, and no one punches you in the face. It's also good. I don't think anyone would punch you in the face if you did street photography, but you do get some weird looks, and every now and then people will confront you about it. Anyway, I'm excited about this, and it's great, and I'm happy, and I love it, and I'm excited they fixed that, but it also has a tilty screen. So the screen tilts out, which is cool, because then you could kind of like hold the camera like down at your waist to be a little more inconspicuous, and also not have to get like on your hands and knees to get low angle shots, which is kind of nice, especially when you're just trying to have fun and you don't want to like lay down in the dirt. So it goes. Anyway, edits. I've got like 4 videos to edit, and I think I've got like 10,000 photos to edit. But it's not that bad. Like a couple weeks ago, it was like 12 videos to edit and like 25,000 photos. So, and considering like the 10,000 photos were mostly taken in the last like 2 weeks, so they'll probably get processed here. I've gotten a lot faster at processing photos. It used to be, I would call like 500 processed a day was like pretty good, and now like 1,000 a day is pretty good. So I've gotten a lot faster. Mostly the biggest thing I did is there's a process called culling images. So you import all the images and you can look through them and you can just delete bad ones in kind of like a global view. And I never really did that, not because it's I've always been aware of the process and I've done the process several times, but I like looking at each individual image large, and when you do it that way, it slows things down because the image has to load and pop up on the computer, and you know, when you're like, the brain part of my brain is like, it's like an extra second, like who cares, like it's not that big, that doesn't slow you down. But then it's like when you're shooting, you know, 1,000, 2,000 images per shoot, that extra second, that adds up. And you know, you do the edit and then you decide, you know, you pull it up, you spend 20-30 seconds kind of doing quick edits on it, and then you realize you hate it anyway. So you know, you're burning minutes pretty quickly, and it's like, it's got the content machine, you gotta feed the beast, you gotta just keep putting stuff out there. And speaking of, that's a good segue. Feeding the beast. I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do this winter. Now that the busy season's over, getting into the winter, and I really want to like over-index a lot of effort into YouTube stuff. And there, I've been, you know, I made a video a while back, a couple weeks back now, that I kind of just didn't know what to do with this channel, and that like I really like just doing whatever and talking about whatever the fuck I feel like talking about at any given time, and that's still kind of the case. But also, I really like the idea of doing self-development videos, and I really like the idea of doing self-development ASMR, because for a couple reasons. Mostly, just I like this format. I like doing ASMR. It's I don't know. I like it. The videos also seem to resonate well with you lovely folks, or the random people that stumble upon it for whatever reason. Thanks for watching. Love that. And I love movies, and I want to talk about them more. And I think I want to do movie reviews again. The problem is that the big problem I have with doing the self-development stuff is like it's such like it feels like it's just like dropped in. Like I'm 8 minutes into this video, I'm like, here's a golden nugget, and it's like that's great, but like I'm making those self-development videos a lot for me too. In that, like, I learn stuff, I read books, I get messages, I would see reels, I read stuff on the internet, I read stuff in books, I watch videos, podcasts, whatever, I get all this stuff, and I don't really have a good way to disseminate it, and so every now and then it finds its way into these videos, and I'm like, ooh, that was a good one, and then I think I'm like, what was that thing I said? And then I can't fucking find it, because it's buried in hours of me just being a dipshit. So, I'm thinking I'm gonna make a separate channel, and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do that, I might as well make another channel for movie reviews. So I'm gonna make 2 new channels because that's worked so well for me in the past. But I think it lets my brain free up and be happy, and just kind of, because it's all just like whatever, who gives a fuck. Like this channel makes like $10 a month, and then I'm gonna put the real effort into the channel that's actually making money. The White Noise channel, which makes all the money from my YouTube endeavors. It doesn't make all the money in the world. I'm not rich by any stretch, but it's nice to say that you get a pretty sizable check from Google every month. But I mean, it's less than my day rate, but it's still good. It's still good. It's still nice. It's helpful. Pays some bills. So gonna put a lot of effort into that channel, but then I'm going to get back to trying to untangle my spaghetti brain by just being a dipshit on this channel and whispering. And if you want to watch it, I would love to have you. Thank you for being here. But if you like my self-development content, where I'm basically just taking stuff smarter people than me said and then saying it again, shorter and faster, because my brain, no good attention span. Those are words. And then movie reviews, because I just like talking about movies, and I can ramble about movies for fucking ever. But it felt weird to have so many things going on, so I kind of just want to like crowbar separate, and it builds towards the pipe dream of just being full-time YouTube guy. And I think, and this is my theory, is the way to do it is to take a lot of chances. YouTube is very much in any content creation, really. You know, if you want to be an artist, if you want to be like a painter, a photographer, whatever. And this kind of always been my thought is the you're gonna win. The more at-bats you have, the more you're gonna have base hits, and base hits win ball games, baby. If you don't know much about baseball, I don't either. I think that's true, but the point is, like, if you're only swinging for the fences, you're gonna strike out a lot, and that's just what happens. But if you just get up to bat a lot and you're just trying to hit ground singles, whatever the fuck baseball terms, you have a better success. You push stuff around and it moves the needle, and it's not as like all or nothing, like disaster. If I don't grand slam this fucker, we lose the game. It's like, now let's get a base hit. We're just having fun. Fucking wiffle ball in my backyard. I don't have a yard. That's an apartment parking lot out there. But it's something I was thinking about. I was talking on post on Threads. And it really resonated with me. It's just like, filmmakers, you gotta be making stuff, like shoot more stuff, edit more stuff, post more stuff, repeat, write more stuff, shoot more stuff. And I get like pop in there, and I was like, that's something I think a lot of artists, but especially people making content, making for the YouTube and for film, and well, it's YouTubers and filmmakers. I don't care if the world's on fire. If you want to call yourself a filmmaker because you make little vlogs, great, sure, cool. I don't care. I'm not gatekeeping anymore. Too tired to gatekeep. It feels like filmmaking, and as the broader term, content creation, whatever. So often, it seems like the only art form where people don't sketch. They just go out and they just, like, I gotta swing for the fences, I gotta make my feature film, and that is such a bad idea. Like, any artist that is painting or sculpting, even sculptures, they're sketching, and they're sketching a lot, they're sketching all the time, and they're making stuff that goes nowhere. Sometimes they show people, sometimes they just throw it in the fucking trash, and I want to be doing that, getting the reps in. And I think having made, like, I don't fucking know how many videos I've made on this stupid platform. It's got to be over 1,000 at this point. I think I've gotten pretty good at talking to the camera, and I think that getting the reps in, that's a skill. It's a skill I've learned, to just be able to fucking just bullshit nonstop for 13 minutes and 44 seconds now. And I want to just keep pushing that and seeing where it's going, because looking at where I started with, like, the first Tingle vlogs, that's what I used to call it, when, like, I was mostly doing non-talking videos, but they've gotten a lot better at just, like, bullshitting at the camera. It helps to have manic energy sometimes. If you can't tell, this is one of those times. So yeah, I want to do that. I want to do a lot of YouTube. So I'm gonna self-development. I'm saying movie reviews, but I don't know what I'm gonna call it, and I kind of want it to be more just broad, like television and movie. But I have no idea if I should just call it something basic like ASMR movie reviews or Tingly reviews. I did something. No idea. But then also I'm gonna try to make this Warhammer channel thing go, because that would be cool. And I love me some Warhammer. I'm gonna be playing a ton of Warhammer here in the break. And look at my Bellway. He's right here on my desk because I have nowhere else to keep him at the moment. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It needs to be painted, but look at this big orc stompa. It's so stupid. I love it. It's the dumbest fucking thing. It's such a bad model. Like in the game, you have like budget points for like your army, and this costs like half of them, and it does not do well. For like by comparison side, like here's like an average sized Warhammer figure. Like it's so much. It's silly. I love it, and it's great. And I want to get a bigger one. God, I missed out on this deal. I'm in this like group chat with all the orc players locally, and we had a new guy join, and he's like, "Oh, does anybody want this Gargan?" Which is like, it's big. It's like the size of a toddler. And I was making breakfast. I missed the post, and like one of the other guys was like, "Well, how much are you thinking?" The guy was like, "I don't know, like $250." And it's like, fuck, because I would have been like, "Yes, well, I will drive to you right now." And the guy like made a deal for it, and I was like, "Shit!" I was so angry. I mean, it's great, somebody got it, but like, it's so stupid, and like you can't. It's like for the budget. So okay, so in a standard Warhammer game, it's like 2,000 points. That thing is like the size of a toddler, and it costs like 3,000 or 3,500 points. So you can't even bring it. Like for most games you're playing, you can't take it into the game. You can only do it when you're doing like stupid, like all day, like fuck, bring everything you got games. We call those apocalypse games. And locally, we only do it twice a year. So it's just like a dumb thing to spend money on. But $250 is a crazy good deal. And it is what it is. But I am going to commission somebody to build me a better one when I do something. I don't know what that something is yet. But I don't know if it's play 1,000 games, which I'm at like 104 right now or something like that. Or if I'm going to tie it to the YouTube channel and see if once I get, I don't know, 100 battle reports or something like that. Battle report is just like a game. You play a game and record it and then talk about it. So, yeah. That's it. That's what I'm going to do with just the next, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 weeks. It's just going to be fucking around, making stuff, and taking shitloads of pictures. And also working on my health, getting my health back together, because I feel broken. I have like not been doing my mobility work. I am stiff. My back hurts. My back, I thought I fixed that. I was like, yeah, my back's it's good. And then it's like, hey, you want to just work a bunch and sit in that fucking chair all day? Like, no, like, we'll pay you a lot of money. Like, okay, never mind, let's do it. And like, hey, we should probably do your mobility work. It's like, I'm too busy. Can't do that right now. So I gotta get back on that game. Get back on that fucking bike and just crush out the end of the year with my goals. That's what I'm doing. And so starting here with some video power. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm so excited to like have some time to breathe and like do stupid shit for a while. Cause God knows I love doing stupid shit. I'm a big dumb idiot, and I love. Also, I'm working on my self-talk. I'm not a big dumb idiot. I'm a smart, handsome man who takes good pictures. And it's good at talking to the camera, because I've done it so many fucking times for like hours on end. So, also I might try to make that big dumb stupid 10-hour. That might be a good video for the other channel, the ASMR movie review channel. It's talking about whispering for 10 hours about movies. Be a good way to build watch time, because you gotta get enough watch time to this whole thing. You don't care. It's boring. Actually, I think a lot of people do care, because a lot of YouTubers make videos about like what I did to make my channel make money. Here's what I did. I made like 1,000 videos where I just was a dipshit and whispered a lot. There you go. There's the secret. Just make videos every day for like 2 years. But that's it. They don't even have to be good. This isn't a good one either. But you watched it, so I appreciate you. And yeah. Cool. Okay, I'm done. That's it. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.